We are live here tonight at CRL headquarters to take a look at what was around that just was on CRL 369. Today we've only got two guests, we're a bit less than we usually have. I've got my usual guest here, Jilly Jombers, and
Hello.
Tyrone, the coach of the Sydney Roosters, joining us tonight. How are we, boys?
Yeah, right.
I am feeling very sad on this evening after this round.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Continue feeling sad. I dare you. Anyway, I guess today's episode, we are going to be going over, summing up each of the 5 games that took place over Magic Round. We're then going over the Team of the Week and the Power Rankings before we are going to look at a bit of a dive. Obviously, the Daily M points were behind closed doors today. And we have a look at the Daily M awards and who we think could win it. Then we're going to check out my top 5 free agents currently in the free agent list as we head into the free agents transfer window starting next week. And we'll end things off by predicting the games for round 5. I'm excited for this round, boys.
I'm more scared more than anything.
I mean, well, I think this is probably the best round of football we've seen. Probably, I think this will be a very good round of football because for starters, right? I think every game has something important in it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the
I would agree
Tigers
with that.
versus, I'll give a quick, before we get into this week's game, I think I'll get into the big, reason why I think this round is probably the most important round yet, and the best round yet. It's going to be the best game of footy we've seen. Tigers versus Seagulls. Seagulls, this very disappointing. Tigers yet to win. The Seagulls have to win. If they lose, they'll be 2 wins from 5 games.
Yeah.
They cannot afford to lose that game. The Broncos versus Raiders. Raiders coming off their first victory. If they can start to get a bit of momentum now, they can push for the finals. Well, Broncos lose again as the Seagulls. They'll go 2 wins from 5 matches. The Sharks versus the Knights. Now, the Knights, they've yet to win. Sharks, a bit of low form. They have to put the nail in the coffin on the Knights tier. If they don't put the nail in the coffin, I'm ready to write them off right now. The Eels and the Panthers, battle of the West. You know, Panthers first. Second, my bad. Yet to lose. Eels, very disappointing. They need something here tonight, they need something. And then the Rabbitohs Roosters, battle of Sydney. It's always going to give us something special. Are we excited, boys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's get into it. So the first game we had was the Seagulls taking on the Raiders. The Raiders caused the upset. Finally found their bit of gel. They gelled a bit of magic, if you will. What are your thoughts on this game, boys?
I'm not sure if there's much else to say except absolutely disappointing.
Well, you're the head coach of the game. What was your thoughts on what did you think about the game afterwards?
I thought that it was horrendous, to be honest. I thought that I don't even know if it was necessarily that we played that bad. I think that the Raiders just clicked, and there's not much that we could have done about it. Look, obviously, you let that many points away, and there's going to be some questions on your defense, and it was just last week that I was sitting here and talking about the fact that our defense was fine and it wasn't a concern. Also, I think we made the most... Actually, we did do a lot wrong. I think we made the most amount of errors in any CRL game so far. I'm looking at stats,
that's
and
not good.
It's a lot of errors.
Let me have a look at how many errors you made. You made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Maybe
5 errors.
It's up there.
I feel like
there.
teams have definitely made more. I'm pretty sure teams made close to 8 or 9 in the game.
Right. It's
Oh,
up there.
really?
It's a lot of errors in a game, and
Yeah.
I was pretty disappointed.
Raiders have more errors than you. Raiders
Really?
have 6.
Yeah.
Raiders have 6 errors. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh! But still. I
Okay.
think Canberra just were better in attack today.
Yeah, I think they used
They look better in attack, I think.
I sort of just looked like they finally clicked. I think the move moving the Hammer, the fullback, was definitely a move they needed to make, and it was a good move. And this is why I think the Raiders genuinely are a top 5 contender now. They're genuinely a finals contender now. It may just be 1 win, but it was a good win. And I think if they can push on from here, we could be surprised at an end of season push from the Raiders. It's going to be hard for them. It's still going to be very hard.
Yeah.
Losing your first 3 games, it's tough, but it's still there. It's still possible, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
100%.
I guess we'll go on to the next game of the round. The Tigers did business as usual and defeated the Knights 30-12.
Tigers just hitting their stride. It is. I don't think this looks good for the Tigers because I think they're hitting their peak at the wrong time of the season.
Well, I don't know if they the thing is right. I think the Tigers just know that they have to just consistently perform each week when it now because they don't really have any of that X factor like the teams have. It's sort of like
Yeah,
Eels in the NRL. They don't really have that next level, and I fear for the Tigers that if this is all they've got, it's not going to be good enough come finals time.
100%.
What I'll say is, yet again, and this has happened a few weeks now, their forwards are making over 100 meters. Luke Garner
Ooh.
made over 100 meters. Josh Kerr
Yes.
made over 100 meters. Stefano Utaikamanu made over 100 meters. Their forwards are making so many meters and laying a nice platform for them. Whereas you look at other teams in this competition, and it's kind of the quicker players and the backs that are setting this platform. Whereas with the Tigers, their forwards are consistently getting lots and lots of meters.
I think the Knights are actually a great example of that.
Yeah.
I think you see I think their consistent meter gainers are usually To'o and Ponga, who made 101, 107 meters.
Yeah.
Both of them. They're starting forwards of Pele and where's the other one?
Jacob Saifidi.
Of Jacob Saifidi made 62 and 85 meters respectively. You know, considering some meters they can make in this competition, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
But it's far more what the Tigers have been doing. And I think that's a good example. And I think Munster, for example, hasn't been the great to start this year. Ponga probably been their best player, still been far off form though.
100%.
What do you think the Knights need to do to sort of get them back into form?
First off, they got to win a game, which they
Well-
haven't done this season.
Well, I helped the Knights coach on the team list this week, and I think that it's already miles better. I think that finally having Daniel Saifidi in the starting team is a good start. And look, it's just a better team in my opinion. I mean, he's got Kamakavika in there now.
Yeah.
He's got probably touching the ball more. It's. Look, I don't think that the Knights can win for the rest of the season. That's my
One
honest
thing
opinion.
I'm thinking though.
I think they have to win again at some point. I know
Yeah.
they have a hard draw coming up, but I think at one point they'll break through.
Yeah, but
If I
also
had to say a game right now, I'd say either the Broncos or the Raiders in the last two rounds. Maybe they could do it against the Rabbitohs, or even maybe this week against the Sharks. Sharks are heavily out of form. Who knows?
also.
But
What?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. What are you gonna say,
Yeah.
Mara?
So basically what I'm going to say is Knights have the worst defense. So I think if Knights can touch up on their defense, I reckon they could be a good team. But it is this week in round 5 it's the two worst defenses going head to head. Could we see
That
a
is
lot
true.
of points scored?
I think we will see a lot of points. We'll talk about that game more later on. But
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk about the Sharks a bit later on. But the Sharks, the defense has been. I think they've led in 100 points. Knights have led in 106.
Yeah.
And sort of I guess that leads us on to Oh, sorry. I guess that's next. I guess we'll move on. We'll talk about the Sharks in a bit. As we talk about the Broncos losing to the Panthers quite comfortably. In fact, the Panthers winning 28-12. What are our honest thoughts in this game?
I think that just this game proved why the Panthers are number one at the moment. I know that Tigers
Also,
are number one on the I know that Tigers are number one on the ladder, but realistically, if you had the Tigers and the Panthers going up against each other, you'd tip the Panthers every day of the week.
I'd have to 100%
The
agree with
Panthers
that.
are just a step above everyone at the moment, and this game really proved. I mean,
Yeah,
the Broncos.
I think it kind of.
The Broncos have been.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Broncos have been knocking on the door, and the fact that the Panthers silenced them is a real testament to their skill.
Yeah, and I think the reason the Tigers are quite far above is first the defense is very good. I'm going to give everyone credit to the defense. Average conceding 6 points per game is brilliant, but the Tigers have a miles easier draw from Penrith. They're versus the Broncos, the Broncos are decent, but they're not up there with probably other teams. You have against round 2 versus the Eels. Haven't won a game since they beat the Knights. The only thing they've been able to beat the Knights, the last place Knights. Round 3, they beat the Roosters, who, I know you're here, Tyron, but like they may have beat the Sharks, but the Sharks have proven they're not even that good, and the Roosters, they haven't been that good. And then they beat the Knights all last. I don't think they've versed any real competition yet, to be honest. I think this week probably their first build test. I know the Seagulls lost to the Raiders, but I think they'll be bouncing back, and they'll have to stop a team that wants to bounce back and win big this week. We'll get into that game a bit more later, though. Anyone else have anything to say on this game?
No.
No, I think you summed it up perfectly.
All right, the next game is the Roosters versus Sharks.
All right.
The Sharks losing to the Roosters in a shocking fashion, 24-18. What were our thoughts on this game?
They finally, they did it. They proved it. They proved what I've been saying for weeks.
Let's go.
I mean, the question is about this game. Was that more of a test of the Roosters' skill, or just showing us the Sharks aren't much of anything?
No, I think it is I think it's a testament to
I
the
think
Roosters'
it's
skill.
to the Roosters. I think it is a testament after coming off a loss against the West Tigers to win to win against a team like Cronulla. It's just a test of their skill.
I think the question is though, like Ryan Pappenhausen once again, pretty much character shock. If Ryan Pappenhausen doesn't play in any of their games, if he just isn't at the Sharks this season for whatever reason, maybe he did his ACL preseason, I don't know. They probably get smashed in every game. The only game I give them a chance is the Raiders, and I still think they'll lose to the Raiders. Sharks would be nowhere. They would probably be 0-4 if it was for Pappenhausen. Which is a little bit disappointing considering the team they've got.
Yeah.
Like, they shouldn't need him to carry them.
They've got a lot of good players, and just none of them are firing at the moment.
Yeah, I think the closest we've seen is, I think, not Nico Hines, sorry. Jerome Hughes has had some good moments where he's like, I think he ran 70 meters a couple weeks ago to score a try. Might have even been against the Roosters. He's just stepped the fullback and went under the post.
I think it might have been the Eels.
It might have been could have been the Eels, yeah. I can't exactly remember when it was, but, they've definitely said that. Even Brandon Smith, he scored 2 tries this season. He's been very solid at times, but at other times he just has to provide that spark they've needed to get them into the game. And it's sort of all left to Pappenhausen.
Yeah.
Which, a little bit disappointing. Yeah, and I think, as you were mentioning earlier, it's actually quite a coincidence. The Sharks, it actually is their backs, similar to what we mentioned about the Knights. Their backs are the ones making the meters, while their forwards aren't doing much. Tina played 44 minutes, made 36 meters. Bo Thermal had 41 minutes, made 10 meters. Finucane played 44 meters, only made 92 meters. Their backs, on the other hand, that's a good bad example. We'll move past that. Ronaldo Mulatalo, 122 meters. Pappenhausen, 175 meters. Brandon Smith, I know he's technically a forward, but he played the majority of the game at hooker, 124 meters. Their front rows and second rows aren't really getting much of a platform. The only good example of forward making decent meters from the Sharks was Cameron McKinnon doing 140 meters. And did he play at lock, I believe?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Their props and second rows aren't getting that forward momentum, which is disappointing.
It is really a common trend across the teams that are doing poorly. And it's certainly a trend in my team, and that's why I've noticed it, is the forwards. If your team wants to do well, you need to have forwards laying a good platform. And we've seen it as why the Panthers are succeeding so well. I mean, Dave Fafita made fucking, 230 meters? Like,
yeah.
It's a common trend.
I didn't talk about him.
Yeah, it's a common trend in teams that are doing well.
Yeah, David Fafita he's been incredible, but he managed to push himself up to the second on the daily assist point, which is incredible considering he's second rower.
Yep.
And while the Sharks, they may have the leader of the daily fullback Pappenhausen, but their props and second rows are doing nothing. I think of their props and second rows so far this season, their best one's probably been Kikau, who's been averaging around 80 meters. It hasn't been anything outstanding.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that when Hughes has got that momentum forward, he's probably been decent for them. He hasn't been bad, Hughes. I just think that he hasn't been able to get enough work to be able to do stuff. And
Yeah.
Papadan's skills just that much good that he's been able to create stuff from himself, which is why he's doing so well.
Yeah. Also, to do well, your team, your like forwards and your whole team has to be good as well. You just can't rely on one person to do everything every single week.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just Sharks. I am concerned about them. I'll be straight. I am very concerned about the Sharks moving
same.
forward. I think that if they don't get their crap together, they could miss the top 5. Do I think they miss the top 5? No, I still think they'll make the top 5. I think at some point throughout the season, they just have to click. I think it's similar to the Raiders, although the Sharks have managed to get those early victories to the point where it's not as unlikely as the Raiders. I think at some point they'll have to click, and when they do click, they will be scary. However,
this round is going to be very telling.
But the thing is I'm concerned about, though, is will it be good enough when they do click? They have probably the 3 toughest teams, or 3 of the toughest teams in the last 3 rounds. They're versus the Sea Eagles, the Rabbitohs, the Panthers. If they click at that time, it may not be good enough. That's the scary part.
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it this way. They need a win this week. If they lose this week, then you write them off.
You want to hope they win. They're versus the last place Knights. You want to hope.
Yeah.
If Knights somehow win and get their first win this season, I'm just saying this now, I don't think Sharks make the top 5.
I don't think they do either. I think it's still alive this week. Like, when you look at the last 4 games, I don't think they've versed the top 4 teams in the competition in the last 4 games. Tigers, Seagulls, Rabbitohs, Panthers. Very hard draw.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard end of season. And you could argue that they haven't versed any real competition. They've had a very easy draw. You could argue that. And what their best victory was against the Raiders, who were way out of form in that first game by 6 points. Sharks need to get their crap together. Let's move on.
100%.
To the final game of the season. The Eels. I'm still finding out the round, sorry. The Eels
final game of the
Rabbitohs.
Season.
Yeah,
no, following out the round. I meant round. Shut up. All right.
Okay.
This game. All right. This is what else I want to talk about this game before I go on my rant about it. I just ranted a bit, so. Someone else want to go on about this game first?
The thing is, there's nothing to go on about. It was boring. There's nothing to go on about.
I wouldn't say it was boring. I'd say it was interesting in the sense that it was always...
It was just low scoring.
Always close. I don't think low scoring automatically equals boring. I think it was a good game to watch.
We had another massive choke with teams taking the 2 points, though.
Yeah.
Eels down by 4, and they take the 2 to make it within 2. I don't know what they were doing. It wasn't at halftime. It wasn't like there was 20 minutes left. They could have hoped to have another opportunity. There was 6-7 minutes left or so. They take the 2. They get one last set, and then they kick it, and they do nothing, and then they don't get the ball back, and they lose.
Just why?
Like, they had an opportunity to have a full set on the Rabbitohs line. I know they hadn't scored yet, but the Rabbitohs scored early. It wasn't like it was going to be impossible. You know.
Yeah.
We could have had an intense finish. I feel like we sort of robbed off an intense finish. I feel like that game was like incomplete 6-4. Like, really? That was the game? That was the full-time score?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. It's just... Both teams, I think... Look, I'll be honest, I think the better team won. I think Rabbitohs were the better team.
100%.
It just still feels like I was robbed of a good game, though. I have nothing else to say about it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I guess we'll move on to the, what do we have next? We have the Team of the Week. Right. Alright. So, the Team of the Week we have. Now, this week, this team was it was pretty easy to pick for the most part. It was just the bench that we struggled with mainly. I guess we'll go through it then. Alright, our fullback for starters. Now, this one had a bit of competition. However, we went with Stephen Crichton. Does someone want to talk about him?
He slotted in perfectly. They lost Edwards and they got Crichton, and honestly, you wouldn't guess that Crichton was their second choice. I think he played phenomenally. I think this is his 2nd week now that he's been in the Team of the Week. Different positions, but
yeah,
he's just been really good.
The scary part about how good Edwards has been playing. He currently sits 2nd for line breaks, and he's only played 3 games out of 4. He's missed an entire game and still 2nd.
Damn.
He went from first to second
Yeah.
after missing 1 week. And I know it's like, oh, I only missed one game. Well, it wasn't like it's only been 4 weeks into the competition. Like, surely you would have thought someone would have overtaken, considering how many line breaks are made. And I
Yeah.
think Crichton sits tied third with 16, one less than Edwards. So Crichton, he's just incredible. I have no more words for it.
Yeah. He can
And
play
to
in
be
multiple
honest,
positions. That's
do
the
you
thing.
think, here's the question that I have, do you think that Crichton will do enough to keep the fullback position before Edwards comes back, or do you think Edwards will take it back
Nah,
from him?
no chance. Not a
No
shot.
chance?
Yeah.
I think Edwards still gets
Yeah, I think
fullback.
Edwards deserves. I think it's more the fact that Edwards is a gold rated. He's higher rated. He didn't do anything to deserve to get dropped. He just got suspended. So, yeah, I think yeah, it's almost certain to be yeah, Edwards back. But Crichton, he's doing a seamless job. And yeah, I guess we'll move on to the wingers of the week. Jason Saab and Daniel Tupou. Two interesting picks. What are our thoughts on these boys? Yeah, Jason Saab, he was I guess I'll clear my thoughts.
He's playing on a loose. No, what? You can go if you want. What?
Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Anyway, we'll go on. Jason Saab. He was on a losing side. I think he was sort of getting Manly's go forward, which is not what you really want from a winger. But I guess it still worked. It didn't work, but he did still make a decent amount of meters, and I think he deserves better, like 4 line breaks or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Tupou on the other hand, yeah, he just played decent, man. 100 meters. Nothing much to say about him.
Yeah. There isn't
All right,
much.
let's move. Unless Jilly, do you have anything to say on them?
Yeah, no, I don't have anything to say. They were both really.
Cool.
They're pretty much the same stuff that I say about the wingers every week. They were good in the kick returns. That's really what got a lot of their meters.
I guess we'll go on to our centers, which centers are always hard to pick. This week was actually probably one of the easiest weeks to pick with centers. There's really only 2 standouts. Maybe like you could argue Billy Smith maybe deserves to go in there, but I think these boys deserve it more. Yeah, Zach Lomax and Sulan Cobo. Zach Lomax, he was very solid for Canberra, scored a try. You know, it was just always solid. I think he's definitely trying to push for a position, maybe to move into the center a bit more, maybe get a bit more ball. Maybe that was part of their plan this week in their attack. Yeah. Anyone want to have anything else to say about Cobo or any or Lomax?
No.
Yeah, well, yeah. On the other hand, Cobo was decent, but don't really have much else to say. We had again most centers that usually don't make that to anybody. I think he made 80 something.
Yeah.
So he was still decent, but like, yeah. All right, I guess we'll move on. Our 5'8" of the week was Jack Wyden. What are our thoughts on this performance, boys?
Jack Whiten.
Well, I can tell you from the receiving end, Jack Whiten was very good. Too good. I was kind of every time I saw him touch the ball, it was like, just tackle him. Do not let Whiten get it, please. Go away, Whiten. No one likes you.
Go away.
The interesting thing about Jack Wyden was, I think he's probably been still one of the best 5'8" in the competition, despite
100%.
being on the losing team. I think it's just been that he's gone pretty much unnoticed because
He's been pretty quiet. Yeah.
I think he's been good. I think he's
been one of their best players.
I think he has been their best player.
It's just that
I think it's just that he's been on a losing team. They've on a losing team, so no one notices him. But I think he's the highest kick meters in the competition right now. I could be wrong in that. Correct me if I am wrong. His kicking game has been good. He's made a couple of line breaks most games. You know, he's just gone unnoticed. He's got 2 tries. I think actually also leading try assists too. I think he has 6 try assists this season. So yeah, he's just been very good. Definitely a contender for 5'8" of the year. That'll be interesting to see. We'll also talk about Dalian points in a moment. Dalian plays later, but yeah, how about the sound him? Anyone else got anything?
No, not really.
Another and I want to say I don't think he's been too good to start the year, but he was very good on the weekend at least. Luke Keary finally had a bit of form. We haven't seen much form from him to start the year, but he was very good on the weekend. You know, set up, try, I believe, he might not, but he kicked very well. About 100 meters, just played a decent game overall. Anyone else have anything to say?
No.
Alright, our props of the week. Stefano Utoikamanu and Sam Lasone. What are your thoughts on their performance?
Utikamanu, I think. I think Utikamanu is one of the best props.
No,
Yeah, I think he's-
no.
in
You're
the
wrong. You're
Well,
wrong. You're
one.
wrong.
I said one. I said one of. I didn't say the.
No.
Okay.
You're wrong. He is the best prop in the comp at the moment. He has been
He-
consistently good.
Yeah, he's probably like one of the only props I could say. I think he's probably made close to 100 minutes every single match, hasn't he?
I think he has.
Let me I'll quickly double check what his while you guys talk about him, I'll quickly check what his average is or how many minutes he's made so far this season because he's been very solid. We also have Sam Lasone, who was just decent overall, but
Yeah.
I think he's also called pretty much unnoticed. He's been quite decent for the Rabbitohs so far this season. But
Yeah.
Stefano Utoikamanu,
He's the standout in my
432
opinion.
run meters
For
So
4 games,
he's
that's
averaging over
108
100.
meters. Averaging 108 meters per game.
Oh.
Now
He
that is
also
good.
made 40 tackles, zero missed tackles, 14 line breaks.
So no missed tackles. Damn.
Yeah, I think I think he's scored
Amazing.
He's even scored 2 tries. He's just been decent overall.
I think he's the leader of the West Tigers. I think.
I think he's the leader of their forward pack.
100%.
Probably him and Alex Twal, I think. And when Peter
They're the
comes on, he's also leading them around.
Yeah, but mostly I say it's Utikamanu leading the forward pack.
Yeah, I think, but I do think Utoikamanu has been very solid.
Yeah.
It's just, I think, like, if he doesn't get Prop of the Year at this point,
I don't know who else does, honestly.
Yeah,
If he doesn't get it, I don't know who else does. You don't even put props in.
Injured for nearly the rest of the season,
Or suspended.
or he would just have to have an absolute shocker and Tigers would lose the rest of the games and then miss the finals. Like, I don't see why he doesn't get it. I guess
Yeah.
we'll move on, though, I guess, since unless anyone else to say anything about those two boys.
Nope.
To our hooker of the week. I didn't forget this week. Last week was Jackson Hastings, but I forgot to mention it.
Yeah.
This time, though, we have a different hooker. Reid Marnie.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah, he's gone almost pretty much unnoticed to start the year, although he has been fairly decent for the Eels.
He's been one of their better players, yeah.
Yeah,
On the losing side as well.
Yeah, well, we haven't won since round 1. I'd probably say it wasn't his worst performance, but he just didn't even get noticed in that game at all. And I think, he's had 4 tries this for the year. How many tries have the Eels scored? Like 7? No, I don't actually know. I'm just guessing. How many tries have they scored? Does someone want to check?
Yeah, I'll check if you want.
They've scored.
I'm going. I can just tell by going to the ladder. I think they've scored.
Oh, they've scored quite a few. Yeah. Oh,
they've scored about they've scored 9 tries.
That's something I've just noticed. Eels have only scored in 50%. They've only scored tries in 50% of their matches.
Yeah.
Really? Damn.
Yep, they didn't score against the Rabbitohs and they didn't score against the Tigers.
So that's basically they've scored 9 tries in 2 matches.
So that's interesting. So pretty much when Eels tend to score,
they score big.
They score a lot of tries. When they move, they're very hard to stop down. And I think that will, but it also does experience the only 2 teams we've been able to score against are the 2 teams with the worst defensive records, being the Sharks and the Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once the Eels face tough competition, I think they might not score a lot. I think they crumble under pressure. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's something the Eels should be very worried about. And yeah. Our second roles of the week now, I guess we'll go on to, is I've mentioned it earlier. We have David Fafita and Kevin Proctor.
David Fafita had the game of his life.
He was insane.
We thought he was good last week when he made 200 plus meters last week too. Did he not?
Hey, Jilly.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yep.
Is David Fafita the best second rower in the game? Is he the best?
I'm not too sure about that.
At the moment, I'd say he would be.
I can't.
In this era.
I think maybe Tarek Sims competes with that, but he wasn't good this week. So,
how many run meters has
So at the moment,
made across the whole season?
That David Fafita is the 5th highest run meters out of everyone in the competition right now.
And how much has he got?
Okay,
Oh.
he is the best second rower in the
Second
comp.
row. Yeah.
Yeah. So currently, he's 5th, and the 4, and then the 3 in front of him are
Speaking of, when does he come off
Hastings,
contract?
Manu. Sorry,
Yeah,
Hastings,
speaking
Marnie,
of contract,
5
Mine.
years.
Dang.
Yeah, David Fafita is also ranked, as we go based off the rating, he's ranked 12th in the competition.
Oh.
That's really
Wow.
good.
Yeah, highest,
Yeah.
third highest forward, if you include Cookers. The 2 in front of him are Cameron McKinnon's and Pat Carrigan. Out of forwards, if
Carrigan?
you don't include Cookers.
Pat Carrigan laughing emoji. Oh.
Actually, I didn't realise Manu was actually that good. He's actually ranked 2nd highest player at the moment. Oh,
Who?
never mind, I missed a few. No, he's the 5th highest forward if you just include locks, but Hookers, sorry. But because I missed 2. But yeah, Manu's actually ranked 2nd at the moment. So yeah, we've massively underrated him.
Yeah.
But as we were saying, Pepita, very good. And the other one is Karen Proctor, who played, good himself. It was him or Tarek's? Was it Tarek's
Yeah.
finish? Who was the other guy we're going to put in there? as well?
Yeah, Tarek. It was either him or Tarek.
Yeah, so again, Tarek, as we mentioned before, has been very good. Unlucky to miss out. Yeah. I guess we'll move on to the law, who is,
No, Nelson.
yeah, he played incredible, this guy. Nelson, a soft Samoa. What are our thoughts on
Losing
him?
side. Yeah.
Yeah, losing side. 190 run meters. He had like 5 tackle breaks or something, 6 line breaks, something ridiculous. 2 tackle breaks, 4 line breaks, my bad. But he still played incredible. I've actually just realized live that we forgot about. Ooh, no, never mind. I just remembered someone live that we probably forgot about, and it would have been a really tough competition. But I think I'd probably still just give it to Nelson. We actually forgot to mention Jason Tamalolo when we talk about the team list. I'd probably still give it to Nelson though. Just.
I'm not sure. I think Jason was good. So we'll give
Jason
him a special
was also
mention.
really good. We'll give him a special mention. Jason, if you're listening out there, you get a special mention here. Or for Raiders coach, whichever one is listening.
I think one of those 2 are more likely than the other.
Definitely Jason. Jason's probably listening to this.
Of course.
Does anyone else have anything? I mean, Nelson, he was very impressive considering he's in a losing outfit. 190 run meters. He's come off the bench and I think most of the games hasn't really done much, even at property hasn't done much. He switched to lock though, and he's an absolute beast.
Oh. Dang.
But yeah, I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, same.
I guess we'll move on to the bench. We'll give a quick shout out to the bench. Nothing too special here. We got CSU Takiyaho, Xavier Savage, Steli Tupanua, and Tyron Peachy. What are our thoughts on these guys who feature on the bench?
Tyron Peachy getting it 3 weeks in a row now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I made 25 meters,
the thing
but there are literally no other options.
Yeah, I was about to say there was literally no one else we could have put there other than Peachy.
Like, I think he set up 2 tries too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
put that in there. Xavier Savage, what an absolutely brilliant individual try, though. Wasn't it, Jilly? Short ball, straight through a gap. Wasn't going to be caught. What do you think of his performance this week?
I'm cutting this out.
Oh.
I'm only joking.
please.
I'm only joking.
Yeah, I know you're joking, but I still hate you.
Xavier Savage was good. He was quite the impact player off the bench.
And he's gone pretty unnoticed as well.
Yeah, he was
Not
just
much, though.
every time
Yeah.
I looked up from slamming my head into the desk, I saw Xavier Savage running through a hole. It was,
Try.
yeah.
God damn it.
If only they tackled him there, maybe we had a chance.
Maybe.
Anyway, does anyone else have anything to say on the bench, boys, so we can move on to the power rankings?
Yeah, no, I got nothing else to say.
I don't know about you guys. That's my favorite part of the episode. Pretty much just insulting every single team and giving confidence to 2 teams.
Yes.
Because at the moment, it's like 2 teams that are good
Yes.
and the rest are all shit.
Nice.
Or maybe
Insult
to wrap it up.
time.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so
Let's go.
first place team.
Do we even need to talk about the first place team?
It's the
No,
Panthers.
we don't even need to talk about the first two. We could just skip them. We know who they are.
Tigers move up one place though. They were third.
Who cares? Who cares?
Well, the Tigers, Panthers.
Tigers.
They've just been under. Panthers and Tigers, both of them. They're pretty much undefeated. Like,
Not pretty much.
What is the formula at the
They
moment
have
to stop them?
I'm not sure. I think Tigers just haven't. So,
What's your plan of attack? You're versing them this week. What's your plan of attack?
My plan of attack is that they don't really have that great of a team in the sense that they don't have any golds. So the plan is,
hopefully get to finals.
Looking at the team. Something I think that they've done well, and by done well I mean it's the team that they already had and they re-signed. Is they might not have any golds, but they have a lot of good rated players. Whereas you look at other teams and they're playing players that are rated 78, 79, right?
Yeah.
Look, the plan is not to.
Yeah.
The plan is not to defend to the Tigers. The plan is to outscore them, and I think that's the only way you can beat the Tigers at the moment because we've seen how good they are at defense. I mean,
so you just have to try and be good at it.
Yeah, I literally think that they are the best defensive team in the league at the moment.
They are by a mile.
So the plan is
24 points so far.
I've really just this week in my team list, I've really just heavily gone with attack. So the hope is just to outscore them. I think that's the only way you can beat the Tigers at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless you turn your game into the... This is how I think. This is the blueprint I think to defeat the Tigers. My approach is completely the opposite to yours. I think you have to outscore them by defending your ass off. So you're not going to beat... I don't think you're going to be able to beat them if they score 20 and you score 30. I think you have to beat them by keeping them to 10 and you get 12 points. Or keeping them to 6 and you get 10 points. I think if you can stop the Tigers from scoring, you get the best opportunity to score.
Maybe.
Because if they're a defensive powerhouse, make your game defensive-based. What happens when you get two defensive teams first? It's a low-scoring game. Low-scoring games is the way to beat the Tigers. I don't think it's going to be attack-based.
Yeah.
Interesting. Here's another theory. The Tigers are actually just really shit, and they just haven't versed any good opponents yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we talked about this. Did we talk about this live, or was this pre-game?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll just go on with anyway. So, the Tigers so far, they're versus the Broncos. Not the best opponents, but they're still decent, I guess. The Eels, they're shit now. We thought they were good at the time, but they're shit now. The Roosters, they're okay, but they're still not the best Orotone. And the Knights,
I mean, I'm not surprised.
They haven't really versed anyone good yet. They have to come up against the Seagulls, the Sharks, the Rabbitohs, the Panthers, Raiders.
Will Knights ever get a win?
We're talking about the Tigers.
Oh, Tigers. Also, will Knights ever get a win, though? No, God damn it, you're talking about the Tigers the whole time. Fuck. Damn it.
Where do you think they're going to get... Where do you think they'll suffer their first loss? Do you think they'll lose this season?
The Tigers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to lose this week.
Oh, okay, so...
Just because you're coach.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, I reckon... By the way, I agree with you, Lee.
We're literally going to insult you the entire time next week.
Yeah.
I think that I might be busy next week if that's the case.
I wonder why. I wonder
what's happening next week. It's probably just me take the entire week off just to cry.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we're going to the third place team in the power rankings, which is the Rabbitohs. What are your thoughts on these guys?
Ooh.
I don't know why or how Liam can't see them as a good team. I think
they're up there was
I think they're up there. I think that last game was a very interesting because we moved them up. How many places did we move them up? One, was it?
Yeah.
One. I find it very interesting we moved them up. They did only win to the Eels by 2. However, look at their scores so far. They beat the Panthers, but they lost to the Panthers only by 4, which now we're looking at is quite an incredible mark now we think about it. They beat the Raiders only by 4.
Yeah.
They then, who they verse round 3? They then lost to the Broncos by quite a bit.
Nah, only by 6.
Quite a bit. Lachlan says only quite a bit. Oh, wait, it's only 6.
I'm just ignore that. And then they lost to the Eels. Now, the interesting thing is,
oh my God,
I could easily swap them in the Broncos.
No, they beat the
Broncos
Eels.
Are 4th. Broncos are 4th. They beat the Eels. Did I not say that?
Yeah, you said they lost to the Eels.
I meant to beat the Eels. Like, you could swap them around with the Broncos swap 4th. However, I think the reason I put them at a slide ahead is the Broncos lost to the Rabbitohs by a lot more than the Rabbitohs lost to the Panthers. And I think if they were to verse again next week, I think this time the Rabbitohs will win.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because, I mean, Milford's back this week. We could see the Broncos fight back. But, you know, and that brings us on to our 4th place team, actually. But I think that the Broncos, you know, they're sort of, I think they're just, you know, I think they'll be decent this week. Who they're versing, by the way? I can't remember exactly. They're versing the Panthers. No, they're versing the Raiders. Oh, we'll get into our thoughts of that game, actually, in a bit. But, yeah. I guess it's time we move into the 5th place team. Here, he finally showed up. The Seagulls dropped from 2nd to 5th after that loss. And I think deservedly so.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to stay like that for very long. I think it'll be a pretty quick hit back. I think that was just a blip. It was a little speed bump in the season, and I think we'll go on from here with full speed ahead.
Yeah, but you got to look at it from like the big picture, though. You guys have only got 2 from 2. You guys better win this week. If you guys lose this week, that's going to be hard to come back from.
Yeah, like I said, though, I do see it as a speed bump. I don't think that...
Look, I think personally, I think you guys bounce back. However, if your plan is to outscore the Tigers, that's not going to work. That's all I'll say.
Maybe. We'll see.
Your plan has to defend the Tigers. But the 6th place team then, and this is a big improvement from this week, the Canberra Raiders find themselves in 6th. What a game by them. What an absolute game they had.
Yep.
24-2. They played absolutely...
I've been saying this for weeks. The Raiders are not someone that you can throw under the bus here. They're not out of this.
Yeah.
I mean, I just them against the
Panthers who they beat.
They lost.
Man, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, like, you know, their biggest loss before this week, they've only lost by 6 points and 4 points twice. Like, they can definitely... 6 points twice and 4 points once. They can definitely put an edge on this competition. I think they have to be quite fast to that. They can't lose another game. They have to win the next 2 games, I think. If they win the next 2 games, that's 3 wins and 3 losses. They can get the finals. But if they lose this week,
I think there's
it's going to be a hard path.
I think there's only one team out of finals race, and that's the Knights. I think every other team could make finals.
Listen, I feel like realistically, theoretically, any team can make finals. If we talk about realistically, though, I think 2 teams now. So I think the Eels and Knights are both out now. We'll get to the Eels a little later, but
Eels?
Yeah, I just think they haven't been good enough. They haven't been good in any game apart from the Knights game.
Yeah.
But it's Knights. What do you expect?
Exactly.
I mean,
it was the Knights.
They went the distance with the Sharks, and they probably should have won that.
Yeah, but it's not as the game took it anyway. I just think that... I mean, look, if they do get up there, I will be surprised if they come back now, actually. I was going to say I won't be surprised. No, I will be surprised. I just can't see them getting in. Like, this competition is going to be really close. But I think the Eels are just a little... Like, they just... It's just not working. Roosters. The Roosters beat the Sharks. They've actually jumped ahead of the Sharks, which is another big deep team going backwards with the Sharks. But the Roosters...
Good.
They have really proven everyone wrong this week, haven't they?
Yep. The Roosters are someone... it's a team that I've... And I keep saying this, but it's a team that I've been supporting since the very start. I think that they're a good team. I think they will make finals.
You think they'll
Also,
make finals?
by the way, even
don't
I
think they'll
was
go
shocked.
that
By the
far.
way, want to tell you something? Even I was shocked when we won.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know if Roosters are good enough to make the finals. I think other teams have a little bit more edge in them. Just a bit. I think they could be in finals contention even up to round 9. However, I think they'll be one of those teams that just miss out. I think they'll finish
Also
6th to 8th. I just can't see them making it at the moment. No offense, Byron.
unless we can get a big upset against if we can get an upset or two, I reckon Roosters
Look,
could
who
have
you
a
guys
good
versus this
chance.
week?
Bunnies.
If you guys win against the Bunnies, then you guys are well and truly in it.
That's the game.
Yeah. Then we play Penrith the next week and gonna get flogged. So.
At least the men can admit
This
it.
is the Roosters' run home. This is their run home. They've got the Bunnies, the Panthers, the Knights, the
We have the
Broncos,
Raiders, actually. We have
and the Eels.
Raiders.
Realistically, I can see them beating the Eels, Broncos, and probably Rabbitohs. I'd say
Knights.
Rabbitohs are very likely.
No, I'd say right.
Eels. I'd say Eels, Knights, and Rabbitohs are realistically 3 most likely to win games.
By the way, I've already played Knights.
Oh, sorry.
I have to play. So basically,
No, you don't have to play Knights then. What am I getting mixed up by words?
I'm thinking
Let me
Canberra.
sorry, I meant realistically
Raiders.
the teams you're most likely to beat is the Eels, Broncos, and Rabbitohs. I think those are the 3 most likely teams to beat. I think come end of season, Raiders are going to be a bit more difficult, and I think they'll be harder than the Rabbitohs in that point of the season.
So
I think
realistically,
if you win this
right?
week, right, you then have to beat you then have to hope that you can beat the Broncos and Eels in the last 2 weeks.
Realistically, if I win my last 3 games, I think I'm in there.
Yeah, if you win the last 3 games, you are, but I just don't think you will be. I think that's like you can't win until the last 2 games. You have to hope you win at least one of these next 2 games.
Yeah.
We'll see how all that goes for you, but I just can't see you guys. Like, I think if you win this week, I'll give you a chance. If you don't, I'm writing you off.
Alright. What if I beat Penrith, though? We'll never know.
If you beat Penrith, they'll put you back in there. I guess we move on to our 8th place team, which I think people are going to be shocked this team dropped by this much.
Nah, surely not.
But we have
I'm
the
not
Sharks.
shocked.
Oh, they've been appalling.
They've just been so bad. Like, we talked about that first week, they were leading 24-6, but they ended up winning 24-18, and they were miles out of form compared to what we've seen recently. Like, I think if the Sharks and the Raiders versus last week, the Raiders would have won. Like, similar to the score of one of the Seagulls.
I'm not sure if it would have been that big of a scoreline, but it would have been. I think it would have been 24-6 rather than 2.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it might have been like a really high score one, like 32-16 or something. Just because Sharks are more hard, but I think Raiders still win.
Yeah.
Because, like the Sharks, they're just
not in their form. They're just not in form.
I think, personally, on paper, they have the best 1-17. Right. Well, based on this season, they're literally going to have carried by Pappenhausen. If Pappenhausen gets injured or suspended for whatever reason,
I don't think they're making.
that's the Sharks season's gone.
Yeah, I don't think Sharks make it from here, to be honest.
Same.
I said it last week, they needed to beat the Roosters, and they just didn't.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm willing to write them off now. I think the reason I haven't written them off yet is they still have the squad to do it.
Yeah, look, it wouldn't surprise me if Sharks make it, and I still think they're in it. I don't think they will.
So they've got some tough games to come up.
Well, I think that they have to beat the Knights this week. If they lose to the Knights this week, I'm writing them off right away.
Yeah.
Tigers.
If they lose to the Knights, they're gone from my mind. They're just gone. They're not in it.
Then they got Tigers.
I think they have to beat the Tigers. If they beat the Tigers and the Seagulls, or beat just one of those 2 games, assuming they already beat the Knights, that'll show us what they're at. But
I forgot about by the way, you also forgot about Rabbitohs and Penrith at the very end. That's their last 2 games, Rabbitohs and Penrith.
Yeah, they have a very hard draw coming
they
up.
need to win some games now then.
Yeah. They have
Hey,
a
but
very
like,
hard
first
fourth.
off,
They versed the Knights.
you got
and
to
then
beat
versed
what you got to beat.
arguably the
Knights.
top 5 teams of the competition, or top 4 teams of the competition after they beat the Knights. The Tigers, the Seagulls. Then they take on the Rabbitohs and the Panthers. I'd argue those are our top 4 teams at the moment.
Yeah, look, the Sharks, they need to win this week, and they need to win against the Tigers or Manly.
Yeah, and then they still need to win against the Rabbitohs and Penrith. Like, they have to get some big wins. And we're looking like we know they can make it with the top teams. We said that Jerome Hughes week 1 in the trial zone. We said Jerome Hughes was awful. They lost to Penrith 19-18 in the trial game. And we said Jerome Hughes was awful that game. We know they can match it, even with a few of their players maybe a bit out of form. They just have to find that form.
Yeah.
We know they can do it. The thing is, though, will they do it?
Yeah, that's the thing.
They have
Will they do
5 weeks to prove us. If they lose this week, they're gone. If they win this week, they still have to beat the Tigers, the Seagulls, the Rabbitohs, and the Panthers. They have 4 very, very hard games after the Knights. That's what I have to say on them. The 9th place team is the team the Sharks got at 1 point just a couple weeks ago. The Eels. Again, the Eels.
What do we have to say about
I have no words. I'm just so confused on the Eels.
Eels?
They started off so good. We said
Eels.
maybe we underestimated them.
Nope.
And then they completely proved us wrong.
Yeah, nah. It was just it was against the Knights.
They completely proved us wrong by being so trash.
It was a fluke.
They've lost their last 3.
Like we thought maybe last week was a really quality game when they lost to the Sharks 31-30, which to be fair,
Oh, I just see
they
that.
should have won against
no.
the Sharks.
Oh no.
What?
They have to play. I think that they have to play Penrith this week.
I have to play Penrith. Listen, this is
and then they got to play Raiders. Oh, they could be losing 5 in a row.
They could be losing games for the rest of the season.
Oh.
I think the most likely game they're to win is honestly either the Roosters or the Raiders, and I'd say even those are a stretch.
They could easily go 1-9.
Yeah, they could easily just lose the rest of the games of the season and win their first game. They're not winning a game for the rest of the season.
By the way, one thing that I hope happens, I hope Knights pull off 2 upsets, so then Eels just come last, and then we could just flame. Then
that
Eels
would be pretty
for
funny.
everything.
That would be pretty funny.
But I just don't see Knights even winning a game.
Unbiased.
It's so lucky that I don't even see Knights winning a game. I think Knights will go 0-10.
0-9. There's 9 rounds.
Yeah.
0-9. Shit.
Well, I think I agree with that. I can't see them winning a game. I can't see
0-9. Whatever.
And I think the thing is, I can't see Eels winning another game. Like at the moment, those
1-8
three teams
and
we've talked
0-9.
about, the Sharks, Eels, and the Knights, are so bad. I don't think not the Sharks, sorry, but the Eels and Knights, in my opinion, are just so far behind the other teams. I don't think the Eels have been close in their games, but
Eels need to make a lot of signings.
I don't think they need to make a little sign. It has to click. And look, I'll be honest with you. We probably could switch the Eels and the Sharks around. I think the thing that keeps me the Sharks a little bit more hope and a little bit ahead is the fact they do have the roster to do it. They have a good side.
They've also had 2 wins, and the Eels only won 1, and it was against the Knights.
Yeah, I think...
And they haven't won since, as well. Which will give Eels less confidence.
I think it's going to hurt. These next 2 weeks, the top competition's so close. Like, I'm pretty sure... Well, let me have a look at this again.
Competition's so close, but yet I think some teams are further away from others.
Yeah, I agree.
Gameplay-wise and lineup-wise, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, 7th to 3rd all have 4 points. And it's scary that there's a 4-point gap between 2nd and 3rd.
Oh.
I guess we'll move on then. I guess actually we sort of already talked about the Knights, didn't we?
Yeah, the Knights just don't even need to be talked about because that's.
Oh, we're
going to say the same thing every week.
Let me ask you guys a question. What one signing do you think the Sharks Knights can make in this offseason? One signing that they could make will change everything around.
What's that?
I would say If I was the new Knights coach and I was looking for a player to sign to fix the team,
I'd sign yourself. I'd just put yourself in there and just win.
I would be going for possibly Ben Hunt, because then that would allow Ponga to play fullback with Munster
I like that.
at 6 and Ben Hunt at 7.
Ah, yes. I like that already.
And then
I
you'd
like
have
that,
Toto
yeah.
and Coates
I
on the
just
wings.
like the sound of that. Oh no, there's a tornado. God damn it. Oh yeah,
And I
play
think that
Fortnite.
the fact
God damn
that, like,
fuck.
we've already seen Townsend and Brooks aren't working, and I don't think they're ever going to work. I think that, yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah, that's who I'd go for. I'd go
guess-
Ben Hunt.
We'll move on then to predicting the Daily M Awards. Now, this episode's already running quite long, so we're going to be quick about this, since we still have the games predicted and stuff and whatnot.
Yes.
Let's just give a quick prediction. Who do we think is going to get the Daily M Awards from, basically, just the top award? Just the top award, who do we think is going to get it?
I'm going to say Pat Carrigan.
Do you want to go a
No.
little bit deeper in that?
Alright, I'm gonna go for an outside option. I'm gonna go Stefano Utikamanu.
Ooh.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I think if you played the full game, like an 80-minute prop, which would be very hard to do, but I think if he did that, he would get it. But because of how Rob 4 works, playing 40 minutes, going to put a number on him,
David
I think he can't
Fafita.
do it.
Or David Fafita.
You can't sit
One
on the
of them
fence. You have to pick one.
Pick one. We said one player.
I'm just gonna go Stefano.
Alright.
Well, I'm going to go. Now, if it wasn't for the fact, if the Sharks were doing better, I would have said Pappenhausen easier. But because I think Sharks are going to struggle in the upcoming weeks, I think he's going to fall off. And I'm going to pick an outside option. I'm actually going to say Dane Laurie from the Tigers.
Oh. It's an interesting choice.
No, I can't sit in the fan. I'm going to do Dane Laurie. I was going to say potentially. I think another guy could be up there is Jackson Hastings. But I'm going to go Dane Laurie.
Alright.
I'm liking the Tigers today. I don't know why. Dane Laurie. That's my pick. Which would be an interesting option. Alright. Now, we're going to move on to my favourite section. This section I've actually been looking forward to doing, right?
Oh god.
So today we've had a few coaching maybe go around. We've seen Jelly John was also congratulations to yourself getting the Cowboys gig. We've seen the Knights head coach join him at the Cowboys as the assistant coach.
Oh yeah, this is a fun dynamic.
We've seen Kahu being asked the Knights head coach from season 2 onwards, and we've seen Seagulls announce Corey Bell as their head coach from season 2 onwards. So we have 2 new head coaches and two old coaches joining as a team on the new franchise. I thought let's count down my top 5 free agent players at the moment. So let's get to the list. All right, so I've my 5th player on the list, and this is a guy I thought that the reason he's this low is I feel like he's like there's not really a team I think that really could use him all too much. As a lot of teams have this position narrowed down. But I've at number 5, I've Scott Drinkwater.
Oh.
Now he's a 5'8" fullback. He can play in the centers. I feel like that he's likely at the moment to maybe find a spot in the centers if he gets to the team. I just feel like there's not too many options where he would actually get a goal. Maybe he could find it the Knights, but I feel like he wouldn't really work at halfback, to be honest. Yeah. Number 4, and this one might surprise me, he's only 80 rated. However, I think he could work quite well. Maybe playing 40 minutes a week at second row. And actually have Brenton Nakora.
Oh.
He's only 80 rated, but you've seen how good Tariffs and David Vita have done. Fast second rows, you get good short balls. I feel like Brenton Nakora is quite fast. He's used to playing center. He grew up as a center, eventually just transitioned in second rower. Could you imagine him getting good short balls into gaps and he could run 60, 70 meters, similar to what Fafita and Tarks is doing at the moment?
100%.
He gives me great confidence that he could do something if he gets into a team. It may not start straight away, but I feel like if he gets some sort of good, transition into a team, I really think that he could do well. Now, my number 3 pick. Now, this one's slightly buff one because I play the same position most of the time. However, there's something that gives this player an edge. And my number 3 pick is Josh Schuster. Now, Schuster. What gives me the edge over Brinson Nakora is that not only is he fast, he's used to playing 5'8", but I feel like he could be a better David Feeder. He has a very good ball playing skill. He plays a lot of 5'8". If he's in that second row position, could you imagine a shortstop player David Feeder does, but a beautiful cut-up ball that he does often because he's used to playing 5'8"?
Yeah.
I feel like Josh Schuster. I was very surprised. He's only 82 rated again, but I was very surprised he wasn't picked up in the team. And I think he could do wonders for anything that gets picked once in. I was very surprised he wasn't picked up. He's a silver player, mainly because he's very versatile.
He's a bronze.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the my number 2 pick. I know Josh Schuster's a bronze.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, Josh.
I think you cut out. I think you cut out though.
Okay. Josh Schuster bronze. Let's move on to my second pick, Kurt Mann, who is
nice.
silver, number 2 pick. Now, the reason I think I give him just above all those other players is that I think he's a lot more versatile. You could probably play him anywhere in the back line, and he'd do wonders. I feel like he'd make a great bench utility. Bring him on whenever you need him. You know, he'd work wonders for your team. He's very good at just doing what you need to be done. And I genuinely am surprised that he wasn't picked up. He's a silver rated player, 83 rated, and he's my number 2 pick. Now, number 1 pick. Yeah. And I know he only held contract I think it was only a couple of days before the off contract when they're closed. How I was very, very surprised this guy wasn't picked up by a club.
Really?
And his name is Hamole Olukwatu.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This guy is a rampaging second rower. He is.
I have to agree with that.
Monster.
I actually have to agree with that.
He
also,
is an
thanks for inspiration.
I have
thanks
no
for
idea
inspiration, by the way.
how he wasn't picked up.
He's
my number 1 picked.
Inspiration.
Surely he finds a club in season 2.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I've already got
very interested to see how he
Jilly, I've shotgunned him already. Too late. Jilly. I shotgunned him.
Oh,
what the fuck? We're getting
that's unlucky then. But that's my top 5 picks. Let's move on to predicting. We'll start off with probably the most important game of the round for a certain team. Most important game plus 5 of the season for a certain club. The Tigers take on the Seagulls. What is it about this game? What are your thoughts? Who are we tipping?
I'll go first. Seagulls 1-12, and the Tigers are finally going to be caught out.
I have to agree with Jilly. I have to agree with Jilly. I'm saying the exact same thing as Jilly.
I think the Tigers have been good enough, but they haven't really played anyone too amazing.
They haven't played anyone like Penrith or Brisbane or.
They played Brisbane.
So they haven't played any strong opposition, like top contenders. And I think this game is the real test.
Because we have actually the Broncos above the Seagulls in the empowering, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the Tigers are going to be caught out this week. I think it's time for their winning streak to come to an end.
Even though I still think the Seagulls are a top 3 team, even though we dropped them in the power rankings. Yeah, I'm tipping the Seagulls 1-12, and you know what? I'm not even against pick them in the 13+. I think the Seagulls are going to come out firing this week. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that who they have playing. They have changed the team up a bit this week, haven't they? I believe. Let me just go have a look at it. Yeah, I feel like I don't know why. I feel like Tom Trbojevic is going to do excellent lock. Dalton is going to storm past them. Jake Clevett's going to get back to form. Harry Grant might even do a bit of dummy half.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, I think they're going to. I'm not opposed to even to them 13+. I'll say 1-12.
I'm going to say.
But don't be shocked if it.
I'm going to say Mitchell Pearce is going to have a Chanel Harris-Tavita effect.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think Pearce is going to be really good off the bench. In it, prop.
On to our next game, which is the Broncos versus the Raiders.
Ooh,
who are we tipping here?
I'm just gonna So Broncos Raiders. I'm gonna go Broncos 1-12 just because it's at Suncorp.
But we've seen in the CRL, it's more for your away advantage, isn't it? I think Seagulls have only
Yeah,
won
well,
away games,
I
haven't
think
they?
I'm
Yeah.
going opposite.
Seagulls have
think-
only won away games.
I think that trend will continue for them.
I'm
Look, I think the Raiders have clicked their spark, and I think they're going to continue in the upward trajectory. I'm
they
tipping the
won't
Raiders
believe.
13 plus.
By the way, I'm saying that I'm saying Raiders will lose by 1 point. It's not like.
See, look, that's a cool theory and all, Lachlan, but I have one thing that you have forgotten about.
Oh yeah, sorry, Anthony Milford's back.
Anthony
Alright,
Milford's
my bad.
back.
My bad.
Broncos
Yeah,
1
that's
to
why I'm
12.
saying. No, that's why I'm saying Broncos to win. Milford's back.
I'm tipping
Milford's
the Raiders.
gonna-
But like, I think
Milford's gonna get man the
gonna
match.
absolutely call him out.
I'm calling it.
And I
Milford's
think-
getting man the match.
Could you imagine if Milford goes on doing the daily alphabet just to get
Oh,
cup
it'd be
season?
amazing.
No, he won't win Dally M, but he'll get man the match.
Could you imagine? No, but I'm tipping. Listen, I think the Broncos have a very good lineup. I think it's their best yet.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%.
But I think the Raiders have finally hit their strides. And
Oh,
I said
100%.
Raiders 13 plus. I say Raiders 1 to 12. But
I'm going Broncos 1 to 12. That's my
think-
tip.
no, I'm sticking with my original prediction. Fuck you guys. Raiders 13 plus. I can't.
Oh god.
I think.
Now
Raiders
that
are
is a
absolute-
load
I
of
think they finally
bullshit.
hit their strides. I think they'll win back-to-back
That-
13 plus games.
Now that is what I like to call a load of bullshit.
Well, I guess we'll see it later on. I mean, when you look at their lineup, they don't have a bad lineup. I think Tamalolo and Hamas are absolutely going to run over this lineup. It's the battles of Patrick Carrigan versus Tamalolo. Let's move on to our third game, which is Sharks versus Knights.
I'll go
Well,
first. I'll
after
go
this-
first. Because I have a very strong feeling about this game, and it's not going to be a popular opinion.
What's the game? Sorry.
Sharks versus Knights.
I think Sharks will win, but only 1 to 12.
Look, here's the thing.
You say Knights?
I'm saying
not-
Knights 1 to 12.
Yes. Yes.
I'm
Yes,
tipping.
Chili.
Tipping the Knights.
I'm gonna
Yes.
tip the
I
upset.
don't agree with you, but I'd almost say that as well.
Yep, no, but I'm going to tip the upset just to be special.
Yeah. I
Well,
yes.
look, this is my
Yes.
thoughts on this game because
I love
think,
that.
Look, if you
I love
have to ask
Jilly.
me which team I think
I
will
love
win,
you, Jilly. I
the
love.
Sharks, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Parramatta Eels absolutely destroy them, blow them off the park.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
And
Oh my god.
but
Getting
they've submitted the best team list the entire season. Knights. They have a good team list this week. Sharks are heavily out of form.
Oh really?
I'm going to say the Sharks by 4.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Knights lead the majority of the game. Up and down to the score of the game winner. I think it'll be close. I don't know. I have a feeling this game's going to be something special. Whether
Yeah.
it's an upset or a very close game in Golden Point or like something, it's going to be special. And then we move on to the Sunday games, which... Ooh, the Sunday games.
They
We
fight
have 2
them.
rivalries. We'll
I wanna
start
miss
with our favourite one, the Panthers versus the Eels.
Do we need to talk about this game? I think it's quite obvious what's going to happen. It's going to be
I think,
Panthers.
by the way,
it's gonna be-
Penrith
it's gonna be
13
Sharks
plus at all
lose to the
times.
Knights
It's going to be Panthers by a lot. It's
to lose to the Knights.
yeah.
We're tipping if we're tipping
joking.
Knights.
Yeah,
By the way, if
but
we're
like,
tipping Knights to win at this rate, we're just gonna say Eels 80
no,
plus.
no.
But
Panthers
nah,
are
I'm
win
gonna go
13
Raiders
plus. That
13
This
plus.
game's gonna be a lot more different than Knights Sharks game. Panthers undoubtedly will win 13 plus. They'll go 5 out.
They could easily win 30 0.
They could.
36.
Yeah, I can't see. To be
Or-
honest, I can't.
Right,
I think it'll be. I think it'll be
Can
similar
we
to the Broncos
also, by
Panthers.
the way, for the CRL, I've got an idea.
What?
We make Panthers Cowboys the first game of the round, and then make Penrith win 24 0.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I'll
I'm just-
think about it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just thinking that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's just a really good idea.
No, actually, we should make Sharks versus Cowboys the first game. Give Sharks an extra set of 6 and then win by 1 try.
Alright, I'm leaving.
Yes!
no.
What about Rabbitohs versus Cowboys and Rabbitohs win by 1 point, 31 to 30?
No, okay. We'll stop bullying Chili. We
Okay,
have
let's
to say it for
stop.
Liam. We have to say it for Liam. All right. Yeah, I can't see Panthers getting. I can't see Eels getting.
Oh, I
close,
can't see Eels winning, no doubt.
Yeah. Panthers. I'm gonna even say Panthers like 38-4. Now this
Right.
game is an interesting one.
By the way,
Rabbitohs
already my
versus the
bias is in.
Roosters.
Roosters 1-12. It's bias.
I'm gonna say
Do you
Roosters
know what
1-12
you
as
think
well.
about this game?
it's my
I'm actually
bias.
tipping the Roosters. No, what I'm to say about this game. I think
It's called
for
my
whatever
bias.
reason, I just have a gut feeling. It's just in my gut. Roosters will win. I should be tipping the Rabbitohs. I think the Rabbitohs are the better team. My gut's
Yeah,
telling me
I think
tip
so
the
as well.
Roosters
But
here.
I'm just
They'll
going
win.
Roosters bias because you know me, I'm biased.
I think Roosters are going to win here, and I'm going to say 13.
I'm saying 1-12.
I want to say 42-4. No, 42-6.
42-6. You
Yeah, I
think
don't know
we can
why.
win by 36 points against South?
I don't know why. I mean,
I'm telling you,
can I-
son.
actually, no,
I'll tell you
I
what's
do
more
have a reason
likely:
behind
us
this.
losing 60
I
to
do have a
8.
reason behind this.
We've got more
The
chance
new
of.
Rabbitohs coach has thrown Matt Moreland the fullback and Latrell Mitchell in the centers.
Did you just say
Yeah,
Matt Moylan fullback?
Yeah, he's
Excuse me?
thrown Latrell Mitchell in centers, which is
Okay, we're winning. We're winning 27 million plus.
Yeah.
There is no
do
right
have a
in
reason.
hell to throw Matt Moylan at fullback.
I'd throw Cody Walker at fullback for
I'd
him.
rather throw myself at fullback. I'd rather actually put myself at fullback
I'm gonna
than
laugh,
Matt
so I'm
Moylan.
hoping he gets injured just because that'd be really funny. Also, no
Yes.
offense to the gaming sheep. We're not bullying you or anything. This is just what we usually do on this show. Just so you're aware, we usually just go
Also,
off of people and make really dumb
also
decisions.
rugby. Lachlan, when will CRL convert to Rugby League Live 5?
When Rugby League Live 5 is out.
Yeah, it's coming out July. July 23rd. Link in description. No, there's no link in description, actually. I'm just
That is
capping.
not confirmed.
That is not
Anyway,
confirmed, but it's sometime, I think.
I think that's it for tonight. I think that's it for tonight, isn't it?
I think it's sometime in July. I don't know when, but I think it's sometime in July.
It has not been confirmed.
Has not been confirmed, but it's rumored for July, August. So.
Yeah, because that's when I said it would be. Anyway.
No, that's when I looked at Clarkie's RL golem. Yeah.
Anyway, that's gonna be it from tonight, guys. I don't have anything else, anything to say.
I don't either.
All right. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
Peace. Whoa.